Today marks 2 years since President Bola Tinubu took the reins of Nigeria's leadership, and he's stepping up to give a progress report. From economic reforms to national security promises, Tinubu says the country is on a path of undeniable progress. But Nigerians are asking, is it real change or just political spin? Let's break down the key highlights and public reaction. Welcome to Talk of Africa 360, your source for insightful news, analysis, and thoughtful commentary. If you value informed perspectives and fact-based reporting, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Disclaimer: the content on this channel is based on reliable public sources and credible online information. It is intended strictly for educational and analytical purposes. We do not promote or endorse political violence, hate speech, or any form of discrimination. Our goal is to inform, not to inflame. Thanks for being here. Let's stay informed together.
Hi everyone, it's Nancy. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're breaking down, analyzing, and giving you the comprehensive overview of President Bola Tinubu's first 2 years in office. We'll be taking a look at his key policies, achievements, and the challenges that remain. He took office on May 29, 2023, inheriting a nation brimming with potential, but also facing significant hurdles. Promising a renewed hope agenda, a vision that resonated with many Nigerians eager for change. His primary goal was to tackle Nigeria's toughest challenges, from economic instability to widespread insecurity. Expectations were sky high. The people were ready for a new chapter. Nigerians wanted real solutions to economic hardship, which had been impacting their daily lives significantly. Insecurity, which threatened the safety and stability of communities across the nation. And poor governance, which had long been a barrier to progress and development. Tinubu's early days saw bold policy moves, signaling a clear intention to shake things up, signaling a sharp break from the past, with reforms aimed at overhauling key sectors. These changes aimed to restructure the economy, making it more efficient and competitive on the global stage, and set Nigeria on a path to sustainable growth, creating opportunities for future generations. But big reforms come with big impacts, often felt unevenly across different segments of society. And not everyone has felt the benefits yet, leading to mixed reactions and ongoing debates. 2 years in, the mood is mixed, a complex tapestry of hope, frustration, and cautious optimism. Some see progress, pointing to specific achievements and positive trends. Others feel left behind, struggling with the immediate consequences of policy changes. Today, we'll look at what's changed, examining the data and the real-world impact. What's working, highlighting the areas where the administration has made significant strides, and what still needs to be done, identifying the key priorities for the years ahead. Let's dive into Nigeria's report card, providing a balanced and objective assessment. After 2 years of Tinubu's leadership, exploring the complexities and nuances of his time in office. Let's delve into the significant economic reforms that have been initiated under President Tinubu's administration. These changes are designed to reshape Nigeria's financial landscape. First, and perhaps most impactful, the long-standing fuel subsidy was scrapped. Almost overnight, petrol prices soared dramatically, in some instances climbing by up to 400%. This sudden surge had an immediate impact on consumers, sending powerful shockwaves throughout the entire Nigerian economy, affecting various sectors and industries. Consequently, transport fares and the cost of essential food items spiked considerably, placing additional burden on the populace, severely straining household budgets across the nation, forcing families to make difficult choices and cut back on spending. Next, in a move to streamline the financial system, the government unified the Naira's multiple exchange rates into a single official rate. This unification was aimed at fostering greater transparency in currency exchange and attracting increased foreign investment into the country. However, this policy shift also led to a sharp and significant devaluation of the Nigerian currency. As a result, the Naira experienced a substantial decline in value, plummeting from approximately 700 to over 1,500 against the US dollar. Consequently, making the cost of imported goods much pricier for Nigerian businesses and consumers alike. Despite the hardships, the government insists that these tough and sometimes unpopular choices are absolutely necessary. They believe these measures are crucial for achieving long-term economic stability and sustainable growth in the future. The government further argues that the savings realized from the fuel subsidy removal, coupled with increased state revenues, will be strategically allocated to fund vital infrastructure projects across the country, improvements in healthcare services and facilities, and enhancements to the education system at all levels. Still, despite the promised benefits, the immediate economic pain and hardship has been very real and deeply felt by millions of Nigerians. Government officials continue to urge patience from the public, promising that these difficult reforms will ultimately build a much stronger and more resilient economy for all Nigerians. But for many ordinary citizens, the wait for tangible relief and a return to economic stability feels agonizingly endless. So, how are Nigerians feeling these changes? For most, it's been tough. The cost of living has soared. Food, transport, and essentials are all more expensive. Poverty is rising, with Nigeria now home to nearly a fifth of the world's extremely poor. Protests erupted in 2024 as frustration over hunger and hardship grew. Many feel disconnected from government promises, seeing little improvement in daily life. People want to know, if revenues are up, where are the better roads, power, and schools? The call for transparency and real results is louder than ever. Despite the struggles, the government points to some wins. GDP growth is reported, and inflation may be easing slightly. Foreign investment and reserves are up, and the IMF has praised Nigeria's reforms. National debt dropped from $108 billion to $94 billion, and a major IMF loan was repaid. The minimum wage rose to N70,000, and a student loan scheme launched. Infrastructure projects, like new roads and agricultural centers, have been commissioned. In security, thousands of terrorists have been neutralized and hostages rescued. Surrenders by insurgents are up, but insecurity remains a challenge. The government urges states to focus on people-centered development. As Tinubu completes his first 2 years in office, opinions are sharply divided across the nation. Supporters enthusiastically praise what they see as bold and necessary reforms, citing early, albeit nascent, signs of tangible progress in key sectors. However, critics are quick to point to the significantly high cost of living, which has placed immense strain on households, the persistent challenges of insecurity that plague various regions, and the deeply entrenched persistent poverty that continues to affect a large segment of the population. Policy experts and analysts suggest that the next 2 years must prioritize real and effective relief measures, specifically targeted at the most vulnerable segments of society, strengthening and expanding social safety nets to provide a crucial buffer, and ensuring the transparent and accountable use of public funds at all levels of government. Accountability at all levels of governance is absolutely crucial in order to effectively translate increased revenues into tangible improvements in public services for all citizens. The coming years will be a critical test to determine whether these ambitious policies can truly deliver meaningful and lasting change in the daily lives of ordinary Nigerians. Real progress means transitioning from mere promises and policy pronouncements to concrete, measurable results, especially in the critical areas of security and safety for all communities, and in the sustained and impactful reduction of poverty across the nation. For Nigeria to truly move forward and realize its full potential, the government and its citizens must actively collaborate and work together to forge lasting and sustainable solutions to the nation's challenges.